Yeah? What? Oh my gosh. Dun dun dun. Guess what, Todd? It's another episode of the world's greatest action sports podcast. I'm talking about the Monday M.A.S.S here.
Are we recording?
Did you know that?
Wait, did you make it go on your computer yet?
Oh yeah. We're
okay.
up and running.
Yeah.
We're live and we're doing stuff and it's going to be rad.
Are we synced?
We're synced. We're live on YouTube to live to tape. I can just feel. I can't feel I'm not going to feel the throne bone. I can feel the Game of Thrones energy coming from you, Todd. You're going to have to wait till we get to nerd news, okay? Can you wait till nerd news?
I feel like there's more nerd news than there's anything out, like action sports, schmacks, and sports.
I know, but there's some people out there. There's probably 3 people out there that want to know a little bit about surfing, skating, and snowboarding before you talk about Game of Thrones. Well, we're going to do it. Before we do it, you know what's up. Active Skin Repair.
Used it.
Okay, without a spoil. Okay, go ahead, and then I'm going to ask you a question.
What?
What'd you use Active Skin Repair recently?
I used Active Skin Repair. I was in mainland Mexico the other day, and I'll show you what I used it on. I used it on these rashes.
Oh.
This is...
You know what? It looks good.
It looks good. It's only been a couple of days, but I had some rashes on my belly from
trunking it after not trunking it,
and I also had burn knees sanders, where I forgot to put sunscreen on my knees, and when you're sitting in the water, you have weekend at burn knees.
Burnt knees sanders.
Burnt knees sanders.
So
and I put it on there.
Is that downstairs? No, I'm sorry, on your knees.
On my knees, and if it did what it was supposed to do. I was not disappointed.
Did you go gel or spray? I feel like the gel is best for rashes.
I didn't have the spray.
All right. You know what the spray is good for? Sunburn, which I know you got very sunburned as well. Should have brought spray. So you at home, if you plan on getting rashed up, if you plan on sword fighting this weekend, get some Active Skin Repair. If you go to the Active Skin Repair website, bldgactive.com, 25% off.
Sword fighting?
Without spoiling it, as we all know.
Wait, I thought we have to wait till the end.
I'm just going to ask you one question because this is an Active Skin Repair question. Give me 2 people in the current season of Game of Thrones that could use some Active Skin Repair right about now, without spoiling.
Well, I believe that Sam Tarley and Jorah Mormont could have used that to get rid of grayscale.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe Jon Snow with all those stab wounds.
Yeah.
From
maybe
back in the other series.
Life would have been easier back then with Active Skin Repair. I would say the Hound, after his brother pushed his face in the fire, could have used some.
How come
Active Skin Repair?
Active Skin Repair needs to make milk of the poppy spray.
Maybe that'll be next. And then of course we got NanocraftCBD. This happens to be the daytime unit, and then we got full spectrum. That's the bomb.
I've always said that you're on the spectrum.
Yeah. Now I'm on the full spectrum with NanocraftCBD. Another code you can use. So if you go to Active Skin Repair, 25% off with the M.A.S.S code at NanocraftCBD. Put M.A.S.S 15 on checkout, and you'll get 15% off.
I will.
Are you excited about that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Maybe it'll.
What do you want to do first?
Calm down a little bit. Game of Thrones.
First, what do you want to talk about first?
There's one more advertisement, but I'm gonna let Eddie Wall do the advertisement. This is for Rideless.
Oh, whoa! We got actual Eddie's like a phone-in advertiser.
Eddie called in, left us a message regarding Rideless. So I'm gonna let Eddie tell you about Rideless. Yeah, we're really doing it. This one's Eddie, pretty sure. Yeah.
Somebody simply bring that back over there. What is this?
What is this? So, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm editing as we speak. As the worm turns.
Yeah, because I forgot we're live.
We're live. I'm going to do the other segment later. But so this is Eddie Wall talking about Rideless. And here's where we get right back into it. That was Rideless. as Eddie said, that's a great way to get your gear. I got some stuff on Ride List. I know you do as well.
I recommended it to someone this morning.
Look at you, helping our sponsors do what they do. So those are our sponsors. Of course, we got more. We'll get into those shortly. K2 Snowboarding, of course, has been with us throughout the entire winter, and we're stoked on that.
Can we talk about Game of Thrones yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're gonna start with skate news. Skate news is brought to you by the homies at Quincy Woodwrights, and also I want to say skate news this week is brought to you by. Do you know who Logan Dell Wilkinson is?
No, I don't know.
Logan Dell Wilkinson, while skating at the UK Champs.
Oh my
gave
God.
us one of the best
Cannonball
in history.
Cannonball.
In history.
That was good.
This is a historic slam.
I watched that a couple times, and I will give you this: that landing on top of that person was steeper than some of the landings that I used to land on in the late 80s.
Best
early 90s.
case scenario.
Right.
And I'm sorry I don't have the other guy's name. If you don't know
they
what I'm
have
talking
man
about,
ramp? What if you're like man landing?
he was man landed for
Man-landed.
sure. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Instagram right now, and you'll see one of the best slams in skateboarding history. And that was filmed by the homie Churchill. So,
But listen, can we just?
do you want to talk about?
Let's just. I mean, I feel like this is worthy of conversation.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say you're walking down the street.
Okay.
You're minding my own business.
I'm ready.
Minding my own business. Minding your own business.
I'm minding
What
your
kind
business.
of a narcissist am I? So you're just walking down the street, and all of a sudden, a man falls out of the sky. Like it's raining men. Like I feel like, why hasn't anyone used that song? It's raining men.
Because I feel like he was at a trajectory that was almost horizontal. So instead of a guy jumping out of a 2-story building and landing right on top of you,
Mm-hmm.
it's as if a guy was shot out of a cannon at you.
Mm-hmm.
So not onto you, but at you.
I know, like, I mean, if anyone out there or in here,
Is anyone good at science?
the only people in here that I think have done this is myself, but I know a lot of people out there have like launched. Have you launched into a foam pit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's like fully, it happens. Like that, you can get Jack in the Box like that into the foam
Yeah.
pit.
I always thought the worst thing that could happen from a foam pit is pink eye.
No.
But
That-
missing the foam pit can be
I will.
worse.
When the first time we ever went to Woodward at Tahoe, I remember we went there with like Tony and his whole Tony Hawk Birdman name drop, Broom.
Ooh.
We went there and like there's like the kicker ramp into the foam pit, and we all thought it would be like a great idea. So I got speed wobbles
I like where this is
and
going.
slammed into the kicker part.
So you fell before even getting into
No, I
the foam pit.
slammed into the transition. I was like, oh, okay, I got it this time. So I tightened my trucks up and did like kind of the same thing that the kid did, except
Logan Dell Wilkinson.
I didn't like fly off into somebody, but I almost out jumped the whole foam pit. Like I just got like jettisoned.
You sent it too hard.
Well, I didn't even send. It was just like all like physics went into play, and there was like, and I get like shot almost to the end of the foam pit, to the point where everyone's like, "Whoa, maybe we need to rethink this thing."
Are you okay, bro?
Right.
Can I digress for just 1 second? Are we at a place in April 2019 that send it, full send, send? This is acceptable terminology, because it started off as corny, but I think we all kind of use it in such a way now that it is acceptable terminology, and it's now used not ironically. Would you agree with that?
Well, I mean, it's just like the lexicon grows by the day. Things that we used to say in clowning are like in the lexicon now.
Yeah. I said something was lit the other day, and I swear right when I said it, I go, wow, I just seriously said that unironically.
Well, you do say it as like to be like, some things you say to be funny. Like
Yeah.
I would say that, oh, he sent it.
But I think it's how you say it too. I think when you say, yeah, dude, send it, you're obviously kidding. But when you say,
like, what's
"That
another
dude sent
another one that we kind of
I started saying tight. My friend Tom Johnson was saying tight. Oh, that's tight.
shred
And
the,
I was like, I want to do that. I want to say
shred- like
that. Now I
shred-
say that.
shred the gnar.
Shred the gnar.
That was kind of like a funny, like a dumb.
I
Like,
think that one's still kind of dumb.
But it's fringe. It is dumb, but I think Send is pretty dumb too.
Yeah. Wasn't Send It? Was that that's skier terminology, right?
I
That
don't
started
know.
with skiing.
Blades.
With rollerblades. Either way, you tell us, is saying send it cool? Speaking of sending it, Todd.
Or don't.
Independent trucks. I ride indies. You ride indies?
I ride indies.
Okay, indies. They sent a stacked crew down to Australia, and see, you ride and wear independent. So this trip was incredible for a few reasons. This was the man, Jake's last trip.
Oh, I saw
Jake Phelps's last trip, last hell ride for Jake Phelps. And then you had Milton Martinez, Pedro Delfino, Figgy, Colin Provost. Jamie Foy, one of the heaviest crews assembled. No, I'm sorry, not Jamie Foy. He was not on that trip. It was ridiculous, the crew. The video that dropped for that is called, it's about eating scabs. It's all about getting scabbed up. And every member of that trip was so scabbed up, and they were eating each other's scabs.
Really?
Drinking heavily. But I think the guy that came out or the two guys I'd say came out of the winners of that trip, Pedro Delfino, this fool is so gnarly, and Milton Martinez. So watch that, it's on Thrasher Mag. And we got this news this morning, Todd. This is breaking news.
This is breaking news that you're part of.
Breaking news that I'm part of. Proud to say, my new partner for the Vans Park Series 2019, the one and only, Tony Hawk. Have you commentated?
Yes, I have.
And worked with Tony Hawk?
I have.
He knows a lot about skateboarding, doesn't he?
He does.
So what do you think Tony Hawk is going to bring to the microphone during the Vans Park Series broadcast?
Well, first he's going to bring a smaller budget for you now.
Right.
Because
cut right into my paycheck.
He's a budget sponge.
Okay. But it's worth it because he was the one that invented all these tricks.
He's the guy. He's funny. He's fun. He knows what's up.
You look at Tony Hawk's trick list of tricks he invented. It's pretty baffling. Like
You want to hear something funny? So this morning I was, going down the rabbit hole of social media as I do most
on the
mornings.
toilet.
And there's this meme that says Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 did more for modern music
than the Beatles.
I think it's so good.
I think for a lot of people it's true.
Yep. Anyway, he's qualified to commentate.
Am I though? That's the question.
So that's coming up.
That's happening.
Series is when do you go? You go to China, right?
Yeah, beginning of May we're headed to China, and then we go to Brazil. We go to France. We go to Salt Lake City, Montreal.
There's one in Salt Lake.
First time ever.
Oh, that's right. You told me that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great season.
So that we're talking about contests. How about Vert Attack going on in Sweden right now?
Vert Attack is right now.
Yesterday.
Vert Attack is one of the most hardcore vert skate contests there is.
It's kind of the only one left.
Well, you got Rumble and Ramona.
Right.
Which is more, I would
it's
say,
not really
more
a
of like...
It's more like a gathering.
Backyard, yeah. And then Vert Attack is straight up
and I guess there's another one that's in Maryland, I think. I forget which one's... There's somebody's ramp jam that goes on back there, but it's kind of crazy that...
Straight half-pipe skating.
Yeah. Vert.
Yeah.
But, so I watched a bit of Vert Attack this weekend, and I will tell you this, that Bucky Lassick is a goddamn freak of nature. Bucky's got to be like what? Like
he's 46?
Probably. Maybe even.
He's older than you?
Chris Miller and I were talking about the other day at breakfast, name drop. And we were...
I'm going to start writing down the names.
You got a couple right now. But we were talking about Bucky because there was an Instagram clip that came out from Vert Attack practice where Buck did a switch frontside invert over the channel into a switch Smith vert into, I think he did a frontside Caballero or some. It was some baffling line that just didn't. It made no flipping sense, and the fact that Bucky is in the later side of his 40s is stupid. He's better now. He's getting better. He's better now than he ever was.
And he's beating guys like Clay Kreiner, like He's beating the best of the new crop of vert skaters.
I'm just saying.
Handily.
Buck goes buck. Buck is buck.
That's another term. Going buck. Is that acceptable terminology?
Buck wild.
When talking about Bucky Lasik, it is. We have 2 new pros to congratulate. Alexis Ramirez for Skate Mafia. Can you do the Skate Mafia thing?
I don't know how to do it.
Am I right? There we go.
Yeah, you got
Skate Mafia. And Tyson Peterson goes from Element Am to Baker Pro. Tyson Peterson's one of my favorite current skateboarders. In other video news, did you see the Alex Halford full loop?
No, did I go down this weekend?
So, this is...
I'm just going to be forthcoming. From Friday...
All you watched this
from
weekend
Friday
was Game of
until...
Thrones.
No, because there's other... So there's...
We're not in nerd news yet.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Hold that nerd belt.
I didn't really pay attention so much to skateboarding or any kind of action sporty stuff all weekend, really.
Well, luckily you have the world's greatest action sports podcast. Keep you
Thanks.
updated. So all I got to say is Alex Halford is a skater from Europe, England, UK, I think. He does a full loop in a cement full pipe that's just in a field. It's not like a skate park.
Oh, like a naturally occurring
basically,
loop?
yeah, like standing in the flat bottom, pump, 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 full loop.
Is it how tight's the radius?
14
Like how
feet.
high do you think? 14 feet high?
It's a proper loop.
Dude. That's...
Congratulations to
Wow.
Alex Halford. Quick contest noon. Damn Am went on in Japan. Sora Shira won. This is a name you'll probably be hearing about in the 2020 Olympics, and you heard it here
Damn
first.
Am Japan.
Aaron Harrington has a new video out called Out There. It's really cool because it kind of bless you.
Excuse
God
me.
bless you.
Pardon me.
God bless you. The Knights of the Realm bless you, Todd. Aaron Harrington talks about the positive effects of his life and his skateboarding after quitting drinking. So it's pretty cool. It wasn't like a preachy thing. It was just like, yo, I quit drinking and then this good stuff happened. So I would say you gotta watch that Aaron Harrington Out There video. There's a new Vans Anti-Hero collection with art by Todd Francis, also out.
Is that
I'm
out
excited
now,
about.
or is it coming out?
It should be out now. And of course, last week we talked about the David Bowie Vans collection, which everyone I've talked to is it's sold out.
I have news.
What's your news? And skate.
So Nixon and Spitfire collaborated on a watch that's dropping very soon. There's a series of watches. Nixon Spitfire.
Okay. Spitfire graphics on the watches?
Yes, but not what you would automatically think would be like the, I'm not going to say flame boy, but like the fire dude.
The Spitfire.
Yeah, the Spitfire logo fang dude.
Yeah.
But it's not that. It's a little bit more subtle. Kind of harkening back to like the old Spitfire logo, which was kind of just like the swirly.
Oh yeah.
Keys,
Those I have that on my current wheel.
So that's going to be cool. Nixon, they did the collaboration with Powell.
Metallica. They're
doing cool ones, and the new one is Spitfire, and I think it's going to be rad. And I think they want to continue doing these kind of like smart collabs.
That's what I would put if I saw it on Instagram. Want.
Hashtag.
Which is a subtle way of saying, can I have this? Can I have that, Todd? That's skate news. And I'm happy about that skate news, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we filled it up.
I'm going to post some of the clips I was talking about on my Instagram today. The only thing I posted about on my Instagram today was my band playing last night with the legendary Flipper.
Definite nerd news.
Featuring David Yao. Is that nerd news? All right, we'll save that for nerd news. So that's skate news. As we move on, we're going to talk about surf news. Surf news is brought to you by NanocraftCBD. There it is again, NANO Craft CBD. And if you go to NanocraftCBD.com, enter the code MASS15. Not only will you be telling them that Todd and I are worth it, and you are listening to what we're saying, but you're also going to get some of the best CBD. The best CBD products there is.
Twice a day.
I CBD twice a day too.
I do the drops under my tongue in the morning.
This one?
No, not the daytime
Just
one.
the full circle.
The full spectrum one. And then I do a CBD tea at night. But they also have the CBD with lavender and night.
Oh, I had that last night. Talk about night. I got a little bit of a sore now. I'm going to go CBD now. Oh.
I don't think... Here.
stand by what I talk about here, folks.
Sure.
Todd, before we get into surf news, last week you were actually surfing yourself down in Mexico.
I was. Oh yeah, we haven't been on for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but while you were gone,
What'd you do?
I tried to get someone to fill your shoes. No one could. No one could do it.
I heard you almost had somebody.
I almost had somebody. She would have been great.
What happened?
Next time. She's busy.
She blew you off.
Oh,
Whatever.
love it.
Whatever, Nora.
Yeah, she's
too cool.
Surf turkey.
Too
She'd
cool,
rather go
Nora.
surfing.
Okay.
She's like you. She'd rather go surfing than come do this podcast. But anyway, I did do a little bit of work. So last week, and it's crazy that this already feels like old news. Things move so fast these days with
Are we talking
the internet.
Are we surf newsing now?
We're in surf
Okay.
news. So everybody was talking about the Italo, Kolohe, and Dino
Right.
finals, the controversy, right?
Who won? Who
the,
really won?
Yeah, who really
The
won?
8, right?
You
Or
know,
whatever it was.
people were freaking out that evening and that morning. So this happened on Sunday evening. The contest finished up.
Mm-hmm.
Italo, basically, long story short, Kolohe was winning. Italo needed a 7-something. He did a backside air, 540, landed it, got the score. People were freaking out. Some people saying, it was almost, I would say it was at first, it was about 80-20 people freaking thinking Italo didn't get the score. Once people had the time to like digest a little bit, it got more 50-50, 60-40 in Kolohe's favor. I went to Seaside Parking Lot, which is just up the street, local spot, because I wanted to get some reactions. And on any given day, you go down to that lot, you got the lot trolls, you got, pro surfers, blah, blah, blah. Right now, I'm going to give you some reactions.
Oh, you got real audio?
I got real audio. I'm going to give you some reactions from a couple of the guys I ran into in the parking lot.
Rob Machado?
I got Rob Machado, Taylor Knox, snowboarder Brock Crouch.
Wow.
I got my friend from Rain, Justin Height. So I got a crew down there in the parking lot to give me their reaction.
Fair enough.
And again, this just happened. And so here's what I heard in the parking lot. Being a lot troll on Monday morning, the day after the Snapper Rocks contest. All right, so put all that in there.
They didn't say anything good?
Yeah, they were pissed.
Really?
Yeah.
At Italo?
At the judges.
Oh.
So there you have it, Todd. Parking lot was kind of lit.
I think it's pretty funny when people get this animated about not them.
Well, it's there's a couple things about it that bother me a little bit. Like the judging and all that stuff. To me, it's fine. It works out, right? Every sport has that. You see it in basketball with refereeing. Same with refs in football. There's always going to be a controversial call. The one thing that bothers me is when nationalism gets involved. When people just blindly go, "He won, Brazil, yeah," or "USA, no way, he was robbed." There's no room for
you couldn't
for
picture
that.
like two more like
Combatants.
Kolohe is like Captain America,
Yes, I would say so.
He kind of like he drapes the flag.
Yeah.
And Italo obviously is super Brazilian, so it really was like a clash of two.
I know. I just hate when people make it into that. It's not USA versus Brazil.
No, I know.
I'm not
Not
saying
yet.
you did. I'm not saying you did.
It will be though.
Yeah. But see, when the Olympics come around, I want to be rooting for, fringe underdogs. Let's say.
Uzbekistan.
Team Canada has an amazing surf team. I'm gonna root for Team Canada. Obviously the heavy hitters in the Olympics are gonna be USA, Australia, Brazil, Japan. But it's gonna be fun to root for, other teams. I got friends in Iceland that rip.
So you're.
I'm just
You're
saying, in the Olympics, I like to root for the underdogs. USA, we've got enough. We've got enough medals. I like underdog stories.
But getting back to what you were talking about.
Back to the reaction of the
it isn't really a. I don't know. In when I watched it, and I thought that it was a little inflated. The score because it didn't scale up with what we had seen previously.
Yeah.
And you got to have you have to have a median line where you can base off of it. I just think that judges get really hyped up, and the judges know the stakes. at the same time, and it's really hard to find any judge that isn't emotionally involved with the action that's happening in front of them. So of course, you know, they know that it's coming down to the wire. Italo needs this score. It is going to be a buzzer beater. It's like between the commentators and the fans and everything, that's all bringing this to a crescendo.
That's emotional, yeah.
It's emotional, and you can't. It's in order to do like really fair judging, the judges can't hear audio. They can't hear fan reaction. They can't hear the announcer. Right. They need to basically.
They don't hear the announcers, but they hear the fans.
They hear the announcers. The announcers are.
But the beach announcers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like they're caught up in the hoopla, and I think that does play into it. You know, there's supposed to be a head judge that drops the highs and the lows and kind of keeps everyone on point. And I don't know, judging is such a weird thing.
It's so hard.
But I just think that it's pretty damn obvious when someone does a very similar move recently, and you give that a 5, and then all of a sudden Homeboy needs a high 7 to win the damn thing.
Yeah.
Is that what it came down to? Like a 7 or an 8 or some?
Kolohe had a combination of moves.
Yeah.
And a frontside air 360 landed, spun the tail around.
Mm-hmm.
Italo, pump, back 5.
One move. Wasn't super clean, but it was... It wasn't...
I don't think that particular exchange, that particular score was a glaring mistake. And I think, there was a couple people online that were saying, oh, it's scripted. They want Brazilians to win to get the ratings from Brazil. That stuff is ridiculous to me.
The ratings are going to come whether or not they win or lose.
So, judging is hard. Close calls happen. We move on to bells. Do you play fantasy besides playing with your Star Wars toys?
No.
That's the type of fantasy Todd plays.
Fantasy.
He plays fantasy. Well, we have a friend. Is he? I don't know if he's a friend or he.
Who?
A guy named Balin. He is a surf statistician.
Oh yeah, we talked.
He's a 540 denier, which I hold against him, but at the same time, he's really good at stats, and he's put together yet another report, a fantasy report, about bells.
Rain Man.
You know what? You might be onto something there.
Maybe you should use full spectrum.
This is Balin from SurfStats, going to help us out with another fantasy report. This is fantasy. They're playing. That's where Balin goes.
Balin goes right there.
So there you have it. The stats are there. My team, I'm in the Lot Trolls Fantasy League.
What?
It's like LARPing.
Explain
online
to people that don't know how you play fantasy surfing.
Surfing is you go onto either the WSL Fantasy League, or Balin, he is from fantasysurfsession.com in Australia. So if you can join, there's a couple different leagues.
You get a certain amount of money to spend.
Yeah, you pick 8 surfers, 2 top tier, 3 mid tier, 4, whatever it is. However
Each
the
one
leagues
has a
shake
dollar
out.
amount attached to them.
And so you can play against your friends. The league I'm in, Lot Trolls, we pay $20 to play. At the end of the year, the winner takes all. And the better your surfer does in the event that you picked, the better your team does, the more points you get. I started off this year number 1 in the league. Now I'm at number 8.
Who's doing well?
In my league?
Yeah. What's the in?
I think Levi Slauson is doing $20.
$20.
I'm with a pretty wide. It's a big group of groms.
Some people do more expensive buy-ins.
Some people do $100, $500,
$500 buy-in.
Yeah,
$1,000 buy-in.
No, this is a big. There's hundreds of thousands of people playing fantasy surfing. Fantasy. I love that word.
It would make me so angry.
Fantasy.
Phantasmal.
More controversy. A lot of controversy in these last couple weeks in surfing.
Oh, I saw this one.
The Big Wave Awards is upon us, and it is mired.
Why isn't Albie's Wave up for Big Wave Award?
That's what Albie Layer has. So the big award, the Big Wave Awards, the most prestigious, if you will, is the Ride of the Year. The Ride of the Year nominees are Grant Britton, Nacho Gonzalez,
Baker.
Grant Britton. Grant Baker. Grant Britton's one of my favorite people, that's why. Grant Twiggy Baker, Nacho Gonzalez, Billy Kemper, Kai Lenny, Ramon Navarro, and Nicole Pacelli.
So, straight away, my vote is for Kyle Lenny when that huge Jaws swell.
Okay.
But he was strapped.
So that's the controversy. Lori Towner took to Instagram this morning, and he said, "I feel for the surfers who have to keep the corporate wankers happy." That is kind of his personal beef. Albie Layer's beef, and some other people's beef, is this should not be a tow and or strapped and or jet ski assist category. Ride of the year should be pure paddle surfing. There is
I agree. Do you agree with that? I agree with that. But you know what? I think it should be a separate category.
Best tow. Yeah. Best tow wave.
Because there are waves that are so big you cannot paddle into them.
I think the Kai Lenny wave that was nominated was he did a basically snap 25-foot airdrop, lands bottom. I mean, that was the ride of the century. But I think the ride of the year should be paddle power. And I don't think it necessarily has to be on a
giant. Did Billy Kemper paddle into that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a couple of them were at Jaws, Portugal, Nazare, Cloudbreak was Ramon Navarro. Lori Towner's wave. You go on Lori Towner's Instagram, you'll see his wave from Cloudbreak. It's insane.
You know what's crazy though? Is like you think about the wave at Nazare, that like it looks. I mean, obviously, I will never know because I never know. I have no interest in going.
Don't want to. I'm scared.
But it looks like a giant burger, but it's not, and you know that thing will steamroll you and hold you underwater forever. But it just doesn't have that visual, like
Chopo
tenacity of like something that's breaking top to bottom, like Jaws or like Cloudbreak or Chopo or whatever.
I think what makes Nazare probably one of the, if not the scariest, one of the scariest waves in the world is the lack of channel. It's a beach break. So you have teepees just here. If you get caught, you're done.
Yeah. Anyway, they do a different sport than I do.
Yeah, that's out of hand. The men's biggest paddle awards, Grant Breaker. I'm sorry, Twiggy. Twiggy has 2 nominations. Pedro Collado has one. Nathan Florence has one from Jaws. Billy Kemper also from Mavericks, and Billy Kemper from Jaws. Women's biggest paddle, Paige Elms, Justine Dupont, Andrea Muller, and everybody's favorite, or least favorite, the wipeout of the year, Russell Bierke, Alex Patello, Trevor Carson, Chumbo, and Makua Rothman. Which is something that when you are nominated for it and you win, it's a huge thing. Obviously, you never want to put yourself in that category for getting the worst wipeout, but if you survived it, you've won.
The whole being alive thing is incredible. A bonus.
So that's all happening. It's coming up soon.
Guess what?
What?
Stab High is coming back.
Stab High is coming back.
Mm-hmm. Coming back in June.
End of June?
End of June-ish.
Oh, let's get high. You're invited back?
I get tapped.
I didn't... No, I don't know. Is this on? Hello?
Maybe they'll do another poll.
2%. 2% of the fan vote. Thank you. Also in Stab news, I feel like I talk enough great things about Stab that they should
hook you up.
Yeah.
What's up with Duma? How come? Why does he hate you?
I don't know. They like me when I'm with them. We'll see. The Dock 2.0 is happening as we speak.
You know what docking is?
Yes, love docking. Wait, which dock? Yeah, I mean, I've dabbled in docking. But what I really want to dabble is on the actual dock. So the dock was a project that Stab did with Volcom 2 years ago. Probably one of the coolest video concepts I've almost ever seen in surfing.
It looks super fun, but I heard it was psychotically sketchy.
I think if I was on the beach looking at it, I might not do it because it looks so scary. They're making it again right now. They won't say where they're at. I believe they're somewhere in mainland Mexico. I hope it works out because I love the dock.
Where do you think they would dock at Puerto?
It's.
Could you?
I don't know where. No, I don't know. I think you would need a peak wave.
Wasn't Puerto a peak?
They're trying all kinds of stuff. They're paying off people to build beaches.
Let's just think about this for a second.
I think it's in mainland Mexico.
Like where though?
Like Sailita or one of those places. I've never really been around down there, so if you go to Stab's Instagram story, if you are familiar with the
I would
area,
figure-
you would know
I would
exactly
think,
where
I would
we're
think
at.
after what they did in Bali, they'd want to up the ante, like
Jaws.
No, I'm like that's why I'm saying like Puerto or like
Somewhere.
somewhere that has like serious consequence dock, like run down the dock and get
Into like a
gigantic
15-foot
barrel.
wave.
Right.
Well, we'll see.
I don't
The
know.
dock's coming back. Check this out.
What?
This is a more van stuff. So this is awesome.
Who's that?
This is a huge zine. Look, it's a zine.
People still.
This is
read?
like me reading the zine. It's okay. So this is a giant, full poster magazine
Is it just
put
like
out by Vans.
Is it like a Vans ad?
It's like it's content, bro.
Yeah, I know, but like, is it all Vans content?
Yeah, it's Vans stuff. You know, it's just cool pictures. It's got Dane Reynolds, Alex Knox, the whole
Wait,
crew.
where do you put this? Like when you're done zining this,
We put it on your wall.
you do?
It's posters.
Oh, they're all posters.
Yeah,
Oh,
look.
I didn't know that.
There you go. I mean, there you go. Positive Vibe Warriors.
I thought you said it was a zine.
Well, it's a zine that is also posters.
That's not a zine. That's a poster book.
Well, they call it a zine. And here's the cool part about this zine is if you get the zine at your local surf shop, go to vans.com and find out where you can get that zine. You also get a free. This is mine.
Oh, yeah.
So you get a free 3-month Surfline Premium.
No
thing.
ads.
No ads, bro. And you can do that thing where you get filmed by the Surfline cam and then you film it on your phone and you call and you say hashtag ghetto edit and you have your own filmer
Sorry.
via Surfline. That's out now. And also, we were talking about this at the beach. Some for, some against.
What?
Vans has released booties.
Oh, the skate shoe booty.
Not surprising, Vans cold water booties.
Warm
I
water.
have a pair. They're amazing. The surprising one was the Vans warm water booties. And hear me out.
I feel like this is the second time they did this.
No, Christian Fletcher used to surf in Vans shoes.
No. Someone else did it. Somebody else did this. And it looked like a shoe. And I remember one of my friends had a pair. I forget who did
And
it. Do you remember who it
punked
was?
them.
No, do you remember? Don't you remember that? They looked.
I remember guys from Santa Cruz used to wear trunks and booties. Sean Barney Barron. Flea.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the booty that looked like a shoe. It was made to look like a shoe.
Yeah. I cannot recall.
Oh, I feel like it's been done already.
But
anyway,
it's being done now.
Vans might have already done it. Like, Vans might have done it already.
Well, I think the conversation piece that people are talking about right now is, will booties in warm water, trunks and booties, will that combination ever be cool?
No.
I said yes.
Really?
Because I feel like and we've talked about this before.
I guess everything is like... it's all
Watching skate
relative.
videos, you know, you get to see people's different kits. People look cool. They're dressed cool. Surfing, we wear wetsuits, which are, you know, I guess they could be cool looking if you've got a great body, like Todd. But what about picture Dane Reynolds, you know, white t-shirt, black trunks, mid-top booties. Couldn't he make that look cool?
What's the point?
Traction. You know, you potentially do bigger, better airs because you're wearing shoes over shallow reefs. I mean, I'm talking about, it's not they're not reef booties. They're warm water booties, shoes things.
But what's the difference between a reef booty and a quote-unquote warm water booty?
There's a stripe on the
Performance.
side that looks
Right.
cool.
I'm just like, I was always thinking like, there have definitely been times where I've been in shallow water and like, you know, you walk out, even just when I was down in Mexico, you're walking out and it's just a bunch of freaking urchins on rocks and it's like the ooh, ow, ooh, 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 when you're walking out in the shallow water. I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind having a pair of things that thin ones that I could walk out with and then just simply shove them in my pants and they would go away.
Aqua socks.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's who you were thinking of.
Yes.
Aqua socks.
No, I'm not thinking of aqua.
Remember
socks.
the ad for Aqua socks where Laird was covering his penis
Aqua
with his
job?
surfboard?
No, that's
Naked,
Not, I'm not
covering
talking about
his
aqua
penis.
socks. I swear to God,
Laird's
if
penis.
somebody else made booties that looked like sneakers, I swear someone
Well,
did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm surprised that you don't, because you were kind of on the forefront at the Transworld.
We did a shoe review in Transworld.
No, I
once
remember
where
that.
we
No,
wore
this
shoes.
is someone straight up did it.
I don't know. Stop yelling at me in front of everyone.
I feel like it might have been.
Let's get
Vans.
back to
I feel like it was
Laird's
Vans.
penis. That could be a whole podcast in itself.
Lard Hamilton.
I love Laird, and I love his coffee creamer.
I love Laird.
I'm serious. I want to take the attention off Laird covering up his penis with a surfboard and talk about his creamer. It's really good. I use it almost every day. I can't wait. I need to talk about something else not to transition from that to this. It's been a good spring so far. Waves have been awesome. JC DeVoe, Natalie Foote, and Emily Homolke.
Okay. As long as we both say it the same, it becomes a fact.
Just did something pretty rad.
Yeah, this is cool.
They paddled all the way around Catalina, 60 miles, for a film called Nature of the Journey to raise awareness for plastics in the ocean. And I love this. So 3 gals get together. They met on Catalina Island, a beautiful little island, just a couple, what is it, 50 miles over there? That way? I'm pointing that way. And they said, you know what? We're going to paddle around this island. When you fly over Catalina, it looks small, but it's got to feel very large.
And it's one side is kind of like the leeward
wild.
side, and the other side is just like wah. And then Fisher DeVoe filmed it.
Yeah, little homie Fisher DeVoe filmed it.
Fish in the sea.
It was a Snook project. Sea Vibes was also part of it. It's to benefit Changing Tides Foundation, changingtidesfoundation.org. They're just an awesome group that are waging a war against plastic. So congratulations, JC, Natalie, Emily. Watch the video. It's really cool. You might think, okay, prone paddling video, what's in it for me? I'll tell you what's in it for you. It's beautifully shot. Catalina is an underappreciated gem right off the coast of California. And these gals are awesome. And it's pretty cool. In the film, they're talking about, okay, so they're paddling and they've got, 18 miles to go. One of them sees a piece of plastic and they go, they stop paddling and turn around and get the plastic. And it's them leading by example.
How many miles? 56? 60
58 miles, I think.
I think that if anyone could use active skin repair, you can get pretty rashy.
Oh, yeah.
Like 60 miles?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm getting rashy just sitting here talking about action sports. I can't imagine.
So pretty neat. Oh, and I'll just plug this right now.
Plug.
Where I went down in Mexico last week.
Yes.
Is actually JC's family, Casa Pacifica Saladita. I can highly recommend that place.
So this is you can rent this place?
You can rent it out. It's like vacation rental. Right on the beach.
I was gonna say
water.
I was gonna say sick invite, but you actually did invite me.
I did invite you.
I know.
But you made up fact.
I was here doing something. Do you have a website? Or can you just search
I think there's an Instagram, Casa Pacifica Saladita.
Okay. I'm gonna tag
Anyway, it's a cool place to go, and there's warm water down there. Although the water was warm, but the air temp was cold. Like was cool.
Ooh,
it's chilly.
I like that.
Cam saw a shark in the wave.
I've got something cool. Is he okay?
He's fine. Yeah.
Did your son Cam? Did he get involved with the active skin repair? Was he rashed up?
Oh, his back of his legs were purple.
Ooh.
I tried to tell him to put sunscreen on, but he didn't want to put the sunscreen on.
Todd, this is so. When you're on Instagram, scrolling around, the ads pop up, and a lot of times you're just like pass them up.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
I don't get ads.
Well,
why don't I get
sponsored content?
I don't get it. I don't get
I don't get it.
No, I'm legitimately want to ask this question because my wife doesn't get ads either. No, she gets ads. I don't get ads, and she doesn't have an answer for me either. Why I don't really get ads?
Let's say something into your phone and see if you get an ad later. Here. So this is Todd's phone, and we're going to talk about active skin repair.
Do they even advertise on?
They don't advertise on.
Has to be something.
Ointment. Leather Cheerio.
I don't
What
know
is
if
a leather
Just
Cheerio?
give me this back.
Okay, well, speaking of that, this wasn't an ad. This was a Billabong Instagram comes up, and it's a collab. And rarely do I see something like that and kind of flip my lid. This made me flip my lid, and I got to thank the people at Billabong. I got the entire Jean-Michel Basquiat edition of trunks.
Oh wow, those are cool.
These are cool, right?
Wow.
So I haven't had a pair of Billabong trunks, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. But I saw these, and I gotta say, bravo, congratulations, and thank you.
So does Basquiat know that Mammoth stole his logo?
Right?
It's so blatantly a ripoff of the Basquiat logo.
It's just one line off.
Like why?
I don't know.
I think it's the same freaking logo, dude.
Right there?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's just the Basquiat logo upside down.
You might have just got your friends at Mammoth sued.
Well,
Well, thank you, Billabong, and
be more original.
And honestly, these are my trunks for the spring. I'm excited. My friend Evan Slater, who now works at Billabong, hooked it up. Thank you, Evan Slater, and thank you, Billabong, and thank you, Jean-Michel Basquiat, for being one of my favorite artists. And now I get to wear him on my body. So that's going to be fun
really
for
cool.
summer. Anything else for surf news, Todd? I got a new board. I haven't ridden it yet, so I can't really talk about it yet. I got a Lost Rad Ripper that I'm going to ride and review this week.
Remember how my board last time we had this podcast?
Your chemistry board?
I just come from painting it.
Yeah?
It came up pretty good. Like I was really I was bummed when I came in here.
I could tell you were bummed. You painted it, and like we said, though, sometimes when you glass the board, it kind of pulls things together.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm happy for you, Todd.
I just wanted to let you know. Oh, do you want to talk about this? Because it's kind of a cross-pollinator.
What? Crossing into what?
I think I should talk
into
about
snow?
Yeah, but it's also surf.
Is it about the Big Wave Challenge?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get to it.
But when do we talk about it?
It is when we talk about snow news being brought to you by K2 Snowboarding. K2 provided me with a board this winter that I loved, the Party Plotter. But right now, what I'm interested in, and I think a lot of people are interested in, after this winter, which we saw, I don't know if it was record lift lines or whatever. It was crowded at most mountains because it was a great winter. From what I talked to a couple people about split boarding, if you don't have a, what are those things called?
Ski poles.
Ski pole? No, if you don't have a jet ski, if you don't have
you're an idiot.
Snowmobile. If you don't have a snowmobile, the best, not easy because it's not easy.
It's totally
split
different.
boarding.
You can't even compare them.
No, but split boarding is a way to escape the crowds, right?
Right, but it's also...
What is split boarding?
Well, you can go with a snowmobile. A snowmobile is really noisy, and what you're doing is making a lot of noise and
In nature.
And some people really like the vibe of being quiet and just cruising up. You're basically hiking with skis with traction on them.
So the reason I brought it up is I went to the K2 site this morning and they had 2 cool looking split boards on there. I didn't know that in split boarding, when you split the board, you put on a skin, and it's like shark skin.
Right.
And it allows you to ski uphill.
Right.
And then you get to the top, you click the board back together, and you snowboard down.
Right.
Does the board feel any different?
That's been the big thing where the companies have to kind of address the...
It's got to be locked in tight, right?
Yeah, it is, but like you're dealing with like torsional flex, that it becomes different now because it's not one unified plank.
Love torsional flex.
So I think the people that are really at the forefront of
torsion experts,
split boarding, they're addressing those kind of things like Jones snowboards.
I'm just undressing right now.
What? It's really hot in here.
It is getting hot in here, as Nelly would say.
Global warming.
Last week we totally forgot to mention Frank Bourgeois and Brothers Factory 3-peat X Games Real Snow.
How could you think that wasn't even going to happen? It's like Frank's part for Real Snow was so like beyond and just weird and looks like it would really hurt a lot.
Literally death-defying street snowboarding. Right?
Yeah.
You could die at the spots that Frank Bourgeois was snowboarding.
And
if you haven't seen the Frank Bourgeois real snow X Games edit.
Go see
You've
it.
blown it, but it's still available for you.
Also,
Congratulations, Frankie B.
in video news, you need to get your butt out there and watch the new Yawgoons.
I have that. Look,
You have it?
Yawgoons
Oh my
21.
God, dude. Yawgoons 21. I love these dudes, not only because they're East Coast homies that are making something out of nothing at a really small ski area in Rhode Island, but also...
Oh, they're Rhode Island guys.
Rhode Island, yeah.
I didn't know you could ski and snowboard.
There's... it's... The amount of creativity these guys bring to it, it reminds me of when, in the 90s, when we were kind of trying to take the whole skate thing onto the hill.
Right.
And it's just so cool to watch some incredible styles and also some incredibly imaginative tricks that don't involve triple corks.
Right. What is a Yawgoon?
It's Yawgoo Valley is this little ski area in Rhode Island.
That's rad. And they've done 21 of these videos.
Yeah, and they're all bangers. And I mean it's literally like the size of the hill. You could throw a ball and hit the top of the hill.
So this is not Mammoth or Whistler or
it's like walking
like meatballs.
It's like basically like walking from the lodge to the bottom of the first chair. Like that's
the mountain.
Maybe the first lift pole. That's like Yawgoo.
That's rad. Congratulations, Yawgoons.
Booyah,
Todd
boys.
Richards recommended.
Always.
Did you watch Lines?
Yes.
With Stale Stanbeck?
Holy crap!
By Gimble
You
God?
want to talk about? Okay, Stale's riding notwithstanding, like Stale's insanely good. The editing
Crazy.
is so good. Like it sets a new standard for the way that you need
Can
to
cut.
Yeah. It reminds me of like the way that Pierre Wickberg brought his editing style and Jess Gibson to After Bangs, the Robot Food movies, where it was like it all of a sudden became the new standard. I feel like Gimble God has now taken it to another level with the way that this has been edited together.
I would love to see the footage of Gimble God filming Stale. That is, I mean, this dude.
Gimble God is a damn good snowboarder, dude.
Yeah,
he is.
You have to be.
Just in his own right, he's flipping good.
So that's the crazy part. Is usually when you watch a contest on TV, it's a guy on skis holding a pretty big, stabilized camera.
So
correct?
He's got a unit, but
okay, and that's incredible in itself. Taking nothing away.
Yeah, but
from
they're
those guys.
They're not really doing anything. They're
But
just
still,
like,
the footage looks beautiful.
Yeah,
they capture it.
The super wide angle pizza down the hill.
Gimble God is airing over
with
the jumps with them,
yes.
and then under them, and so I've never seen anything like it.
I wonder how long it's going to be because I mean, obviously, he's paired up with a lot of riders, mainly GoPro riders, and I think a lot of the guys on the team in Norway. He's paired up with him and they're really comfortable with him. I wonder how long it's going to be until one of the contests decides, like, okay, well, we're going to do our chase cam, but Gimble God is going to be with you. So not only do you have to like be comfortable with the contest pressure, but you also have a dude.
How far away? Yeah, how far away is he?
Well, a lot of times he's like next to them, like or a split second behind them off the jump.
So 3-4 feet, let's say.
Yeah.
5 feet.
And he's got a pole. So he's jamming the pole at you while you're flying off the jump. I mean, it's just so dope, dude.
Gimble God rules. And he films with such, like, Rene Renecongas.
The raddest dudes. The fun dudes.
Yeah.
Like, between Sage and Rene
Sage
and all these dudes.
Katzenberg,
Like, it's always, like, someone fun.
If you're not following Gimble God on Instagram, you're missing out.
Spinny is the shit.
You were just about to drop the surf news to snow news bridge, talking about the Gerry Lopez Big Wave challenge that just happened up at Mount Bachelor. This is a slash off.
It is, but it's kind of like there's.
Explain the contest for people that don't.
Okay, so Gerry wanted to do an event, an end of the season closer event at Bachelor. There's no secret to anyone that knows who Gerry Lopez is these days, that he lives in Bend, Oregon, and he snowboards more than all of us combined.
Yes.
And Batchy is, if you've never been to Mount Bachelor, it's a giant natural terrain park shaped by the winds coming over the Cascades.
Okay.
So it's all like transitions, and Gerry
It's a surfer's dream.
It is kind of like one side of the mountain's front side, one side of the mountain's back side, depending on what footed you are. And Gerry wanted to take an end of the year event party send off and basically recreate big wave. So when you're going down the course, there's a wave that's called Tiopu, there's another one that's called like Sunset, there's Waimea, like.
And you get rewarded for
creatively finding a line down. It used to be that it was more slashy, but I think the guys, at least the 1 year that I went up there and did it, it was more like you were riding, you were freestyle riding. You weren't really slashing. You had to incorporate different style elements into
air
it.
slash,
like just finding your lines through there, and it was really cool. I believe that Big Air Jer won the event for the men's pro this year, which is no surprise because he's from Mount Bachelor and he knows how to ride. But
right.
the big news and the big talk is always the surf turkey category. Yeah. And who we have there?
Ian Walsh.
Walshy was up there, and that's not surprising that Walshy won because
he's a snow turkey.
He rips.
Rob Machado
got second. And the crazy part to me, Machado getting second, is because he, up until a very short time ago, he used to joke with me and be like, I ski, I'm a skier. But then he got married, and his wife snowboards, and
so he got peer pressure.
She turned him into a snowboarder.
Rob is very slender, therefore gets very cold. He's uncomfortable in cold situations. He wears a full suit in Hawaii, midsummer.
My kids, they affectionately call him Creepy Van Rob.
Yeah.
Which he drives around in this old van, and Rob is always at Sambazon.
Oh my gosh!
Like every time my kids go to Sambazon, Rob's at Sambazon. Or
you could also call him Sambazon Rob.
He's hanging out in his van, and
he lives in a van down by the river.
they call him Creepy Van Rob.
Well, luckily for Rob, he does get cold, but he can wrap his hair around himself like a hair jacket. Yeah. And he got second place.
Hair coat.
So you can follow at @BigWave_challenge to get photos and stuff like that. Whistler, the mountain that just keeps providing.
Whistler Blackmore.
Whistler.
Oh yeah, they got a spring storm.
My homie John Veter up there gave me a report. He said Austin Sweeten, Robin Van Gin, and
Lucy.
Sean Lucy's been filming and getting crazy good backcountry footage. This is spring snowboarding at its finest.
Austin's gonna have a pretty damn dope movie next year. I've seen some of Lucy's been putting some of the clips up on Instagram. And Austin, if you don't know who Austin Sweeten is, you need to get educated because homeboy does not fall. Number one, he never falls down.
Oh, that's good.
Everything, and and he's not scared of hitting jumps or riding big lines or just being a dork.
Can't wait.
On the east, so it's gonna be fun.
Also, Whistler over the weekend was the World Ski and Snowboard Festival. Jack McDougall won men's big air. Jasmine Baird won women's big air. McMorris was there. He got second.
What's crazy? Like
bunch of stuff happened.
When we were competing all the time, and it was the end of the year competition was this event that went down, like the Tullis Ski and Snowboard Festival that happened at Whistler. And it used to be the West Beach Classic. That was the event.
West Beach.
West Beach used to be this brand, and that's the event that would close down the season. Everyone would go to the West Beach Classic, and it would be either
Ender.
It would be the Ender. So it was at Blackcomb, and then the Sims World Championships was up there, and that moved over, and that turned into the Tullis Ski and Snowboard Fest. But at any rate, it is the best damn time. Whistler in the spring is amazing. Because you come down off the hill, sometimes there's enough snow to ride down to the bottom. It can dump, but it's slushy, and there's side hits, and the park is super fun, and it's just a good time.
I want to go back.
So, yep.
Last snow news that I have is Eastern Borders Last Call. They had a contest called the East Coast Psycho Comp at Loon Mountain. And I didn't watch it. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. I saw a picture of it, and it looked rad.
Last Call is always, that's Loon. Everyone's starting to close down now. I know that the East Coast had a really good ski and snowboard season, and this is like this is one of those events that's like the exclamation point on the end of a season. And the guys at EB,
last chance,
legendary, New England shop that's been in it forever. They threw the big thing at Loon, and that's it. So now it's
fogging up.
If Loon isn't closed by now, they're going to be closing in the next week or so, and then it'll just be like Killington, and then maybe like Attitash or some of those mountains that are a little bit.
God bless you.
Yes, exactly. So anyways,
That was snow
the
news.
season is wrapping up, but it ain't wrapped yet.
That's not a wrap.
I just got a alert on my phone that said it's supposed to snow again, like another 8 or 9 inches.
You're going back to Baldface.
No, Baldface just shut down their scene last week.
Huh?
They're done. But we've
Sick
still got
invite.
right today. Holy Bully starts.
Oh,
Mammoth.
yes. So we'll have more to talk about next week.
And then also after that, we've got Danny Davis's Peace Park, and I think after Peace Park, that's like it.
Then we're peace out.
Then we're
with
peace out.
snowboarding.
We won't talk about it.
All right.
Oh my God.
Thank you, K2 Snowboarding, for presenting Snow News.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Oh my God.
Nerd News is brought to you by Pannikin Coffee and Tea.
Coffee and tea, Chris.
There you go.
I need to re-up my card.
We're gonna need a minute.
My cards.
Your card's out.
My card's tapped.
So, Pannikin, all of other sponsors provide cash, let's say. Pannikin provides black gold in the form of coffee for us and for all of... Look, this
They've
is
been
50
waking up
years.
San Diego since 1969.
50 years.
8?
You do the math. 50 years they've been doing it.
1968.
Can you imagine how asleep this whole town would be? I'll tell you, the Pannikin Coffee and Tea, do a little drip of these NanocraftCBD daytime. Woo!
If you are
Let's
in
go.
North County, San Diego, and you want to see professional athletes in line, you go
Yeah.
to the Pannikin Coffee and Tea. You
On
want to see
any-
action sports athletes in line, you come anytime between June 1st and October 20th, and you will see action sports athletes in line.
So what we're saying here is thank you, Pannikin Coffee and Tea, for presenting Nerd News. Todd needs more coffee because this weekend he...
Holy crap, Chris!
Drink
Where do
his-
I even start? Okay, here we go.
Please don't yell. I know you're excited.
Chris, I feel like
What are we going to talk about first?
I have so much to give.
Oh, I know what you're going to
No!
talk about.
What?
Grey's
No.
Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy. The finale, right?
Just
Am I right?
Just stop, Chris.
It's a show about a hospital.
I've been waiting.
Grey's Anatomy.
all
It's got that
weekend.
girl
I've been waiting all
and
weekend.
McSteamy. Can you believe it? There's no swords. So you're not talking about Grey's Anatomy.
No.
What are you talking
Are you
about?
ready to be serious for once?
Coachella. I knew it. How was
Oh,
Coachella?
I hate you so much.
Before we could... So, let
Wait,
me ask you...
You're for real going to talk
No,
about Coachella?
I'm just
right
going to
now?
ask you a serious question. Before you talk about your thrown bone...
I don't...
Let
I'm
me-
not even to the throne. This has a chronological order to
Okay,
it. Of what happened
before
this week.
you start,
End.
let me just ask you something. Because I saw this all weekend.
Go.
And I'm guilty of it too. What's worse? Videos of you and your friends having fun at Coachella, celebrating music and dancing and all that, drugs or whatever you're doing, or being at home making fun of people at Coachella by doing anti-Coachella videos or photos on your Instagram.
I feel like
Which
the
one bothers you more?
people at Coachella.
See, I was in that camp, and then I started seeing a bunch of like, I'm not at Coachella videos, and I'm like, why? Who? Don't judge people for wanting to go have a good time. I look at the Coachella videos and people are smiling and dancing, and then I look at the ones of people at home. They're like, at least I'm not at Coachella. That's it.
Right?
So my vote is,
It's just fun to
Thanks.
get on. It's just fun to hate.
and then I posted a video of the countdown to Game of Thrones with the hashtag Coachella. So I kind of double dipped on the irony, stupidity of it all. Todd Richards, Nerd News. He's been bottled up like a lit piece of dynamite.
Where do we start? Okay,
Where would you like to
I
start?
know where we can start.
Okay.
Friday.
Friday.
We're going to go back to Friday. Beginning.
Which was what?
Of this
April 12th?
Are you seriously? Like, you can't figure that out?
Friday.
Friday.
April 13th.
April 12th.
April 12th.
It's my wife's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not only is it my wife's birthday, but it's